What is going on Instagram Live? It is your boy Danyol Jaye. Oh my God, come on in the room. Yeah, come on in the room. Baby, look here. Look here. How is y'all doing today? Oh my gosh, come on in the room. Booze in Dallas, what's up? Thank you. I'm gorgeous. Red Eye Monster, I see you, boo. La Dope Liana, girl, what's going on? Housewives of Potomac. Honey, can we get into it? Can we talk about it today? Obviously, I'm not doing my regular reviews. Thank you, Pink. Pink is fire. Thank you. Shout out to Curls products. I don't know if y'all use Curls products, but they have a wonderful blueberry like bliss. Girl, they just give me life. And Pantene Pro V. I do use Pantene Pro V products, honey. My hair just likes it. Don't come for me. I don't need your shade. Don't add me, okay? I use Pantene Pro V. But them Curls products, honey. Them Curls products. Glasses is cute. Thank you, Pooh. Thank you. We love this look, boo, but thank you for the wig. Come on for the wig. Does anybody still play with the wig? I feel like that just left. Anyway, look, I want to talk about, I know that I have not been reviewing this season, but I have been watching this season, but I could not come on here and talk about the Housewives of Potomac. Honey, y'all tag them. Gizelle, Karen, Candice, Monique, Robin, y'all tag them bitches. We gonna talk about this fight. We gonna talk about the fight, and we gonna talk about Michael's cheating ass. Look here. First of all, I want to say, I appreciate, what's that girl named Candice? I appreciate Candice for coming to Gizelle and coming to Ashley in the privacy of Monique's home that apparently she had a problem with. I appreciate the fact that she came to her in private with this information about Michael being at the strip club, taking some bitches to the hotel, talking about he had a husband and a wife and a boyfriend and all this other that and the other. Okay, appreciate it 100%. Okay, it just is what it is. But let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what just blows my mind. Monique's issue with Candice and how she is just gunning for Candice really is about an issue that she has not directly addressed with Candice. And I have a problem with that. You making a whole big deal about them not coming to your little s'mores, fire pit, fireside chat. Bitch, don't nobody give a shit about that. Don't nobody even like fucking s'mores. Bitch, you a whole grown ass. What the fuck you doing eating s'mores? Bitch, we don't need that. Don't nobody give a damn about that. About some damn s'more. I don't even like s'mores. I don't like nothing s'more tasted. I don't like s'more flavors. I don't like s'mores. Hell, I barely even like marshmallows, bitch, and you got an attitude because I don't want to come roast them. But anyway, we get to the point where Ashley finally tells the ladies that about her business, which I feel I feel like it was inevitable. But I really don't feel like Ashley needed to let her know. At the end of the day, I think that Monique was doing just team extra. I think that she was just doing too much. Now, I don't know what Ashley has going on, honey. That is her business. That is not my business. But ain't no way you couldn't look like Michael and keep making me look like a fool on national TV year in and year out. That just ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I don't care how big your bank account is, bitch. 5 years is over. That prenup is expired. Bitch, take your 50% and call it a day, bitch. Cause no. But I was, okay, cause they come with the surprises, honey. They had a little surprise for our black ass, okay? They had a little surprise. The surprise was that she admits that her and Michael have had extramarital entanglements. Okay, tune up the August Alsina song, entanglements. They have had their entanglements along the way. That was a surprise to me, and so I was like, oh, okay, bitch. So he's doing what he knows to do, just without you. And now that you have the baby, you don't want to do none of this extramarital shit, and you just like, you need to calm the shit down. Now here's where I have an issue with Michael. I don't really give a shit about you apologizing for what the fuck you knew you shouldn't have been doing in the first damn place. Okay? If y'all want to be swingers, bitch, be swingers. If you want to be in a polyandrous relationship, bitch, that's your business. Ain't none of our business. If that's the way y'all want to flow your marriage, bitch, that's the way you want to flow your marriage. But what I have an issue with is, don't apologize to me for, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have. Fuck all that. Are you upset because you shouldn't have been doing it? Or are you upset that you still want to do it, but your ass keep getting caught? Because here's my thing. If you're going to keep getting caught, and you're going to keep putting my ass in the media, and keep making me look like a plumb fucking fool in this media and on this show, I'm going to need you to find better hoes. I'm going to need you to find better side bitches. Okay? I'm going to need you to find some sideline hoes who know their place. Okay? And who's going to help protect you in this situation. Okay? Because what I can't do, and that's really where I feel Ashley is. I don't really think Ashley, well, she could be. Because I'm not going to say she don't love Michael. I'm sure she do. And I'm sure there is a level of hurt and anger. But I think that somewhere in the midst of all of that, the real issue that she had, at least the real issue I would have, is that you keep making me look like a fucking fool in the middle of this, in this here media, in this here show, okay? For the Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? And I can't keep going on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and you keep every year having some fucking entanglements that come up in the media on the blogs, because you ain't paying attention. But see, that's part of that white privilege. You just think that ain't nobody paying attention. They know you. Okay? They know your wife is a housewife of Potomac. They know you. They take click. And then I want to know, who is all these other men's and women's that's trying to fuck Michael? Because ain't nothing sexy about Michael but his bank account. For me, I mean, it's the bank account for me, sis. It's the zeros behind your checks for me. Because baby, look here. You would have to flash me a $25,000 check, Michael, at the club for me to even attempt to be sleeping and doing things with you. No, absolutely not. You know, but I'm sure it's a lot of people out there that they enjoy the older white Caucasian men. I mean, no shade, no tea, no judgments, but bitch, it couldn't be me. Not without a check, okay? Not without a check. Moving on. Honey, we get to the barn house because Miss Gizelle has a literary award. Honey, her book is winning things. And when I tell you it tickled my spirit, it tickled my spirit something special when Monique said, you won an award for the book that you put out about your cheating ass husband that you are now back in datingship with. Is that gonna be the sequel? I hollered in the very crevice of my soul was an old church mother holler, and yes sir, it was just a holler right there in my spirit. And I just had to let it out because that shit was funny. I was like, because I am in agreement, okay? I am in agreement. I do not trust Jamal Bryant. And I loves me some Gizelle. I do. As messy and as petty as Gizelle is on this here Real Housewives of Potomac, I loves me some Gizelle. But honey, your husband, your husband, okay? There is not a bone in his body, not even the one that gets erect for several women of the congregation. There is not a bone in his body that would convince me that nigga is trustworthy. I couldn't. And no shade to you, Jamal. Sideline, why my best friend let me watch a video of a dude, Jamal apparently went out into the community over in Atlanta, and this hood thug nigga was like, fuck you, and all you come with, cause you up here with the people that's oppressing us. And I was just like, damn. And when I tell you this thug nigga went off. He told Mr. Bryant, Pastor Reverend Baby Daddy Bryant, he said, look, don't bring your black ass around this here part of the hood no more. I don't want to see you on my streets. That's what he said. I don't want to see you on my streets, nigga. And went off. And when I tell you Mr. Bryant didn't have no words from the good book, when I tell you he didn't have nothing, he didn't have no good word from the Lord. He just shut himself right on up, turned around, and walked his black ass back to from whence he came. And I was upset. I told my best friend, I'm mad. I'm mad on behalf of Christians, because I feel like if you was really about God's kingdom, if you was really about the work of the Lord, you would have been able to combat that. You would have been able to calm that man's spirit. You would have been able to speak a word into his soul and let him know that you was about the kingdom of God. But allegedly, you're not. So you didn't, you couldn't, boom. But I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And I understand why her daughters don't like it. I really do. I think that, I don't think that they don't love their dad, and I don't think that they don't love their mom, but I think that they are smart enough and detached enough from him to know that together, y'all, no, that's not a good. And honey, when Gizelle's daddy was like, take this shit off me, I'm done, and then start talking about him having multiple baby mamas, I hollered. I said, sir, Mr. Granddaddy, sir, you still on camera. You still mic'd, boo. Even though you told them to turn it off, they're not gonna do that. So it's still on, Pumpkin. We can hear you. We can hear you, and we heard you. God bless it be to America. God bless America. But I just, I want to support Gizelle. I want Gizelle to win. I do, but I just, girl, your husband is, no. But I did appreciate, I loved the fact that she checked that fucking producer, honey, because they will try it. They will try you in the middle of a season, in the middle of a pandemic, okay? They will try your ass. But she said, look here, I don't speak about no kids that didn't come from me. She said, because it's not fair to those children and it's not fair to their mamas. So I don't have nothing to say about that. End of story. Next question. And I applaud you, Gizelle, for that, because that was first lady shit. And I was here for that, because that's why the nosy motherfuckers always trying to get into your business. That ain't none of their business. They not on the show, so we're not going to bring them on the show asking me how many kids he got. They ain't got nothing to do with the Housewives of Potomac. Nothing. Not Nathan. Anyway, let's talk about what we really came here to talk about. Okay. Honey, Monique and Candice, round one. Candice, if you watch this, honey, Candice, let me talk to you, Pumpkin. You irritate the deepest, darkest, curviest crevice of my most inner iridescent ass. You do. I promise you do. You irritate the very soul that the Lord breathed life into. You irritate me to know beyond. Okay? Because you irritating as hell. Because you do talk a lot of shit. You don't like to hear nobody else's side. You think everything is an attack. And I just, in this last few minutes of this episode, I just saw you think logically about a situation in its totality. But usually, you're spoiled. You cannot see all of the whole picture, and you annoy me. You beautiful girl, and I love the hair, the Molly Wop curl, do wop pop that you got going on, that real old school, Supremes type shit you was giving me, Diana Ross type tees. I was here for it. But as much as you annoy me, I am team you as it pertains to this Hands of the Putting of On by Monique. And here's why. First, the fuck of all, I don't care what comes out of here. Okay? You can say whatever you want to say to me. But the minute you touch my person, that is called, I don't know, somebody was calling me. That's cause for me to whip your ass. Point blank, period, and edges, okay? Now, I am from the streets, okay? I grew up in the hood, and we do have a code. If you talk shit, you get popped. Boom, right in your face. I ain't got no time for all the talking shit. You want to fight, let's fight. But I feel like, and this may make me sound like a hypocrite, oh well. I feel like when you are in those situations, you have to look at the whole dynamic. You have to look at the dynamic as a whole. And I just don't feel like this dynamic and what was happening and what occurred warranted Monique to put her hands on that girl. And she can lie all she wants to about she threw a glass at me. Bitch, she didn't throw no glass at you. She threw a glass at you after you flicked her hair and reached over to try to grab her. And she clocked your ass with a wine glass. Now, I will say you had the fuck out of her weave and you was banging the shit out of her head. And from a street's perspective, Candice, you got your ass whooped. And I'm so sorry for it. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. But you did. You got your ass whooped from the street's perspective. But if I'm looking at this logically, and if I'm looking at this from a mature adult's position, Monique, you was hella wrong. You was fucking in the wrong. Ain't no way in hell you gonna be able to convince anybody on that side of the television that you was in the right. Point blank, period, okay? And even your husband was telling you, bitch, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Because see, you was coming from the hood. You was like, yeah, I got that bitch. I beat that bitch. I beat her ass. You know, you was coming from the hood perspective. But bitch, from a perspective with a whole lot of zeros attached to it, it was not a good look. The Housewives of Potomac have gone 5 seasons without one, from what I can recall, without one physical altercation, girl. Without one physical altercation. Now, we've had moments that were a little scary. You know, when Candice picked up that knife and threw it at Ashley's feet. But ain't nobody throw no hands. Because they too pretty. They too proper. They too Potomac. You can't go to Potomac acting a fool, bitch. And your husband was trying to tell you that. He said, look, it's embarrassing all the way around, Monique. This is not a good look. And you up here trying to explain your side. No, boo-boo. And this is where I have my problem, Monique. Sister girl, listen to me. This is where my problemo lands with you. You have got to learn to hush your mouth and take accountability for the wrong of the situation. And all you really have to say is, I was wrong for hitting her. Period, point blank. Because at the end of the day, from a legal standpoint, bitch, let me help you out. The minute you flicked her hair, anything she did to you was in self-defense. Because you were the one that reached out and touched somebody. Bitch, Diana Ross was not talking about these types of moments. This is not what she meant when she sang, reach out and touch somebody's hand. That bitch said, make this world a better place if you can, bitch. Not drag a bitch over a goddamn table. Not beat her ass in the motherfucking head while you hold her wig. That's not what Diana said, and that ain't what Mariah said, that ain't what Trent said, that ain't what Lil Michael Jackson said. That's not what the song, reach out and touch somebody's hand, bitch, not a weave. And make this world a better place if you can. And you did not make this place better. Not with that. And I just, my heart goes out to Candice, because like I said, you did get your ass beat. When she said, when she sat in front of her husband and said her forehead was tight, that it was a little, what she say? It was a little sore. It was a little tender. She said, it's a little tender. I said, that bitch, I bet it is. She beat that motherfucker like it was a piece of meat. And they said, let her go. Let her go. She said, no, bitch. And then she said, let me go. Like they was holding on to you. No, bitch, you let her go. She don't got you. You got her. Oh, Father. And y'all need to stop putting these black women with these white producers, honey. Because Lil James, Johnny Earl, whoever the fuck that was in the hallway, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to handle it. You need you a big brawny motherfucker that's going to be on production to hold these women together. Okay? That's going to just hug her until she just release and go to sleep. I understand where Monique is coming from. Let me say that. I have to say, I understand where Monique is coming from. Because Candice, you do talk a lot of shit and you do poke the bear quite often. You do. You do. And I'm glad that your therapist, I'm glad that your therapist, that he asked you that question. What did you contribute to that situation? Because, bitch, if you say nothing, I'm going to go to God on you. I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray. I'm going to pause and I'm going to pray. I'm going to pause and I'm going to pray. And I'm going to fast because, bitch, you're lying. Okay? You when your therapist asks you what you contributed, bitch, you better be the most honest scene you've ever put on the Housewives of Potomac. Because, bitch, look, your mouth, it runs. Okay? It runs like a bitch who runs water and don't have to worry about a water bill, bitch. It runs. Okay? But Monique, as much as I understand, I overstand, bitch. I overstand because when a bitch be talking and be talking that shit and she don't want to move nothing, you just want to pop her the fucking mouth. I get it. But you have too much to lose, honey. And at this point, you might be in the midst of losing a check. And we don't never want to lose those. We trying to gain bags, bitch, not lose them. Hallelujah. And you need all the bags you can get, bitch, because you already $200,000 in the hole for this fucking podcast. Ain't nobody coming to. Not for lazy moms. Well, bitch, all 300 of them mothers is lazy because only 26 of them bought tickets. So I pray that comes together in this next episode. But I just, I was like Robin, bitch. When Gizelle and Robin said, bitch, I'm not running after that. This is not my fight. I hollered. Because I understood it. Now, I probably would have been one of the ones running after folks trying to get them to calm down and stop fighting because I'm just that type of nigga. But when Robin said, I'm running after her, bitch, this is not the fight that I want to fight. And she said she was wrong, bitch. She was wrong all kinds of ways. In the words of Tammy Jazzy, that will get you popped, bitch. So, I want to make this clear. I understand where Monique is coming from. But in the situation, given all that was going on, Monique, you was in the wrong. You was in the wrong because this is not that environment. It's not that type of show. And I think the ladies have worked really hard in the 5 years that they've been on to not be like the other shows, to not go to that level of attack. They've been really good at attacking each other verbally, which, I mean, some of the shade is heavy. Shit come out their mouth is heavy. But that's a whole something different than you putting your hands on somebody. And can we just for a second give an honorable mention to the moment that Karen told these ladies, my husband is coming and my coochie stank. I got to go get in the shower. Karen Huger, let me talk to you for a minute, pumpkin. I don't care how old your coochie get. I don't care how old your body get. There should never ever be a moment where you express in a room full of cameras that's your coochie stank. I don't care what it could smell like beans fresh out the pot. I don't care. You don't say that shit on camera. No, hell no, bitch. And what is you doing and not doing where a day go by and your coochie stank? I mean, your coochie got to marinate in some nastiness for a while for it to have a smell, bitch. I mean, come on now. No, I wasn't with that shit. But honey, when another surprise. When what's her husband's name? Teddy Riley. What's his? What? Ray. That's his name. Ray. Ray Huger. Raymond. When Ray said when that woman asked her, first of all, when that woman started speaking, I said, oh yeah, you definitely got a voice for radio. You need, yes, Lord, you could automatically tell your ass is in radio. But when she asked that man, are you in love with your wife? And he said, I think I am. Honey, I knew that was all that she wrote. Because when I tell you Ray is in a place where he gives no fucks, he gives nan fucks. I mean, Karen was hurt. And she took off her heels and walked her ass up them stairs. And Ray sat there like, well, I don't give a shit. You know, baby, Ray, what's wrong with you? Is your misogyny popping on out, pumpkin? Is your misogyny popping on out? Oh, well, I will be watching next week's episode because I want to know what happens with this conversation with Monique and Gizelle. Let me tell you something. For a bitch that could forgive her husband for having multiple baby mamas and babies, I think that you need to have a little bit more grace, First Lady, for Monique's ass. Talk about, I have seen what you are capable of and I don't want to be nowhere near around you. Bitch, but you're fucking your old baby daddy who was fucking half the congregation. Now come on, be fair and be right with the Lord. Okay? If you go, I think you need to give us some grace. I think that you need to give us some grace. And I agree. Monique, now, you might feel like these uppity bitches, you know, is whatever, but they uppity bitches. And so as soon as the hands pop up, because they all talk about beating somebody's ass. They all talk about how they can beat somebody's ass. They all talk about how they come from humble beginnings. But the real shit is, bitch, you the only one that has went there so far. So they're scared of you, okay? So, I mean, you're going to have to know that going in. But I think that y'all could give Monique a little grace. Because I think all y'all know that Candice has taken all of y'all to the point where you wanted to whip her ass. Monique just actually did something about it. She was wrong. But she did something about it. And bitch, if we was on Manchester and Central, bitch, I'd high five you and buy you some Starbucks, bitch. I sure would. I'd buy you a Frosty from Wendy's or some shit. Because, bitch, let me tell you. Woo! When I tell you she whipped her ass. She beat that bitch like she was a fresh cut of meat off a cow, bitch, getting ready to make somebody's burger. She beat that bitch and, she tenderized the fuck out of her forehead. I promise you. But I'm going to get on out of here. I love y'all. God bless you. I got my badges back, y'all. My badges is back. So if you want to go on and give a badge, girl, drop a badge. But my badges is back and I'm so happy about it. Cause I appealed that bitch. It had disappeared and I was like, where my badges got? What y'all say? Monique wanted them to agree with her. Bitch, ain't nobody gonna agree with her. I'm sorry. I bet Candice won't start with her again. Let me tell you, Candice is still gonna have them out. She's still gonna have them out. Let me explain something to y'all. Candice is one of them bitches who don't believe fat meat is greasy, okay? That she just is. That's who she is. She is, this is not going to change her. She is going to continue because I also feel like Candice is one of those people who ain't never got her ass beat. Where she's been able, her money or her mama has been always able to kind of bail her out of situations. I don't take Candice as the type of woman who has ever really been in a physical altercation. Honey, Monique. Honey, but Monique. Monique whipped her ass. I'm sorry. She said, is my wig on? Bitch, you worried about your wig. Bitch, you got your ass beat. Oh my God. Cause honey, and when they did that zoom up in production, you ain't worth the shit either. Cause when they did that zoom up of Monique's hand, I mean, she had that shit gripped. She had called upon the power of Moses, and she was holding on to that wig like Moses was holding on to that staff split the Red Sea. Oh, hallelujah. I mean, she had a good hold on to it. Okay, when they say hold on to the unchanging hand of God, that's what she was doing to Candice's wig. Oh my God, Monique was on Love and Hip Hop with them hands. Look, I'm trying to told you. She brought a whole new dynamic to the Housewives of Potomac, honey, cause she whipped her ass. But I'm gonna go out of here because I got to get back to work. I love y'all. Watch, support, share, like, tell a friend, tell your friends, your family, the bitch you hate. Tell them all to follow my shit because I need the numbers. Until next time, love ya.